All right, ladies and gentlemen, the stage is set. Let's invite her on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, this fireside chat celebrates courage, clarity, and the confidence to lead, no matter how early the journey begins. Today, we are joined by Diya Binu Pulikkakandam, who has etched her name into history as India's youngest municipal chairperson, leading the historic town of Pala into a new era. Ladies and gentlemen, at just 21, yes, you heard it right, at just 21, when most of us were still discovering our path, one young woman chose to create her own path with courage, conviction, and purpose. Her journey is more than a personal milestone. It signals a powerful generational shift, a reminder that leadership is not defined by age, but by vision and resilience. Born into a family deeply rooted in public life, Diya transformed legacy into responsibility. When critics questioned her family's decision to contest as independents, we the people responded with trust, electing her with a clear mandate from Ward 15. Armed with a degree in economics from Madras Christian College, she stepped into public service with clarity of ideas and quiet confidence, qualities that resonated deeply with our voters. Her rise reflects resilience, a comeback story for a family, and a statement for youth leadership across the nation. And even as she shoulders the responsibilities of governance, Diya remains committed to continuing her higher education, proving that leadership and learning can grow hand in hand. For the people of Pala, the message is unmistakable. The future belongs to those bold enough to step forward. The electorate has placed its faith in youth, ladies and gentlemen, and Diya has promised governance driven by vision, inclusion, and long-term development. As we gather for this fireside chat here, we look forward to hearing her experiences, her challenges, and her vision, and to exploring what the future of leadership can look like when youth and courage walk together. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in warmly welcoming a young trailblazer, a change maker, and a symbol of emerging leadership. Please welcome Ms. Diya Binu Pulikkakandam, Municipal Chairperson, Pala, Kottayam. Ladies and gentlemen, a loud round of applause for this Gen Z representative from the leadership. Well, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I'm just here because, of course, it is a fangirl moment for me. But apart from that, it's just to lead a conversation. But this conversation should include each and every one of you. It's a chat. So whatever question you have, I'm sure there'll be a lot of curious questions. And the first of it would be, how did you do this? That would be the first question that's running through all of your minds. So Diya, let's address the elephant in the room. How did you do this? How did you crack this at the age of 21? And I'm sure it didn't happen overnight. How did it happen?
Actually, it did happen overnight.
Is it?
We were so close to elections. I think the nominations were closing in 2 days. And one fine morning, I was sleeping peacefully, and my dad calls me and is like, oh, there is this opportunity. You want to contest for elections? And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I was preparing for my CAT exams. And I was like, no, this is a lot. I have so much other things. I'm just 21. And I have so many concerns. And he's like, okay, you know what? Take an hour, think about it, and, tell me. Then I call a few of my friends and I talk and blah, blah, blah. Then I call him, then I ask him, we are already so much behind the elections. We are independent candidates. There's so many concerns. And he's like, you know what, that's fine, we'll manage. Then I go home that evening. The next day we give the nominations. And from there, I think everything happened very quickly. I think the people placed their faith in me. I think it was mostly based on my dad. I think the trust that they had in him, I think it transformed to me as well. And I'm very glad that I'm here. And this is a huge opportunity. And I'm here with you. A fan call for a moment for me as well.
Hello? Yes. So, Diya, did you expect to, when you woke up from that sleep and your father told you that there is this opportunity, and when you said yes, did you expect to win?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
Tell us about that confidence. Ladies and gentlemen, she did expect to win. Tell us about what brought that confidence into you.
I think I'll thank the nepotism in my family for that, because my dad has been a councillor for the past 20 years, and he has contested in these 3 wards in which me, my uncle and him had stood for. So the ward I was standing in was his sitting ward. So, he won 91% of the votes that was casted in the last elections. So I guess there was that. And I don't know, I think something gave me the confidence, and I was like, you know what, let's just do this. We'll see what I can do.
You can actually sense the energy in her, don't you? It's so different from all the speakers who were on stage today. I think it's got to do with the Gen Z. That brings me to the question. So there's a lot of conversation around Gen Z. Gen Zs are this, Gen Zs are that, a lot of good things, a lot of different things being said. So tell us about, what's the one thing that Gen Zs can do differently in a leadership role because of, or the one thing that you would have taken from the millennials or from the other generations that Gen Z can do differently?
I think Gen Z can be a bit more inclusive. I think maybe the older generations tend to leave out maybe few people, maybe it's the situations that they grew up in or some prejudices they have. I think Gen Z are more welcoming and more understanding of maybe different people. I think that's just my opinion. We would beg to differ. But
all right, do you agree, everyone? She says Gen Zs can be more inclusive. Yes? Of course. Excellent. Okay. So, have you watched the movie Nayagan, which, about one day chief minister?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, right? So if you were given, or if at one point you had to be the chief minister of the state for one day, what would be the most pressing problem that you would want to turn around?
Where do I start?
Where do I start? There is a long list, right?
My God. I just get one day, or I just get one day. Okay.
Yeah, just a day.
Just a day.
Or you can tell me what is the most pressing issue that you think should be sorted.
I think there is a lot of bribery that's going on, or the corruption that's going on in the system, but that's not a simple issue that I can address overnight. And even if it's the officials or the workers, or there is so even if you just take a municipality, you will always say, okay, the politicians are corrupt, but we never address the workers or the people that are working in a municipality. There will be government officials, and even that's hard to control. Oh my God, you put me in such a position. There is so much problems. We have poverty, we have corruption, we have security issues.
There is so much to do.
There is so much to do.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, any questions from any of you before? I'll just take a pause here and I'll let you ask any questions. Anyone? Any questions you would want to ask Diya?
It can be any question. You can just ask me whatever. I think
you can ask her whatever. Any questions is what she says. Anything? Yes?
That's an excellent question. Thank you so much.
The question is, how do you find time?
Time to be myself.
To be yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, so I was leading a very Gen Z life. I used to sleep till the afternoon, or I used to go to sleep very late. So I used to have a very different life, and that has changed drastically. I think I've become more, what do you say about chitta? I think you become more, I don't know.
What is it? What do you mean?
Chitta
routine, discipline.
Yeah, disciplined. I think I got more disciplined, and I think I know different things. I can see different things very clearly now. I still find time to myself, but even though it's very low, because even as an example, last day I am a very big fan of cricket. I watch cricket, I enjoy cricket so much. Last day there was a match and I missed most of it and I was very sad. And even the finals are happening this Sunday and I have a program at 7:30 and I was very depressed about it. But thankfully they called me today and it's like, oh, a lot of our people are watching this, so can we change the time? Can we prepone it? And I was like, yes, please. I want to do that as well. So it is hard, but there is my fellow counselor is sitting there. Her name is Riya. Riya, could you please stand up? She's also just 24.
What's her name?
Ria.
Ria.
She's
All
an
right.
off-rider. So she's 24. She's also a fellow counselor. So I think with her, I get to be a bit more mind, because I mean, I don't have that generation gap much as I grew up with these people basically, but it's nice to find someone in the same generation, talk to them. Thank you.
Lovely question. Yeah, so you were saying that you find it very comfortable working with someone from your own generation. Have you at any point, felt that gap when you work with anyone, when you started your governance? Because I'm sure there are representatives from different generations working with you. Have you found the gap a little glaring at any point?
I haven't found it intimidating yet, because, as I said, my father has been a counselor for the past 20 years. So a lot of my fellow counselors had been working with them already. So they've been seeing me since I was 1 or 2 years old. So I think maybe they have that little soft spot for me, or I see them as someone who's uncle and aunt. And even though in the council we might be the opposition and we might be in the different sides, I think after the council is done, I still call them an uncle and aunt. I think so that generation gap lessens, and I try to keep it lightly, and I try to tend to joke with all of them equally. Like, some of these people will be my parents' age. So the way I talk to them, I'll do some banter, or I'll try to joke with them. So I'll try to ease the mood. And the first I thought, okay, how am I going to talk to these people? Will they find me serious, or will they find me as a kid? But I think it's been going very nice. It's been almost 2.5 months, and it's been good.
Let it go on that way.
Thank
so
you.
What's the one advice that you got from your father that when you stepped into this role, that you'll always make sure you won't forget?
He told me that you'll face a lot of accusations. He'll find so many accusations, and especially as a woman, I got criticized for having my leg up over my leg, or smiling too much, smiling too little, having short hair. There is way too many accusations that I know I wouldn't have never gotten maybe if I was a guy. But that's okay. He told me, okay, you're going to face a lot of things, and just be bold. Don't listen to everything. Don't respond to everything. Take things lightly and just be strong. And I've been trying to follow that.
Excellent. And how prepared can one be? Do you think you can never be prepared to handle all these criticisms? Or at times you do feel that I'm still not ready for it?
I think what I try to do is, a lot of the problems I hear is through the internet. There's so much social media attack or harassment that's going on. So I try to be away from all that. And so far, no one has come up to me and told me anything very bad to me in person. So I think through online, whatever can happen, I don't think about it too much. But sometimes I think, okay, am I doing it right? But I think then again, I have my well-wishers and the people that are in support of me, so that's great.
All right, and there is this culture of youngsters saying that we are not interested in politics,
yeah.
Right? And there's disengaging from politics altogether. And I don't know if we can blame them for it, because it could be for reasons where they have found that politics twists things, and so they just don't want to be part of the dirty game called politics, is what they say. So as a young politician, how do you look at that attitude, and do you think that should be changed?
That should definitely be changed. What I always tell people, or what I tell to youngsters, is don't be apolitical. People say like, oh, whatever policy is going to happen, or which government is going to come, it does not affect us, or I don't care about it because it doesn't affect me. I think that's wrong. I think people should realize that whatever policy is made, or whoever comes to power, affects us directly or indirectly. And that is that truth that we have to realize first. And I'm not saying, you have to join a party and go for strikes. I think maybe you should have your morals and your values and just see where you stand. Don't affiliate with any party. Just have your morals. Maybe it is different from your friend or your partner. But if you don't know where you stand, if I am asking an opinion about something, they should be able to know where they stand, right? I think that should be. I think people should have political awareness rather than if you don't have politics, that's fine. I don't think everyone should, but you should have a political awareness.
Yeah.
I think people should do that.
All right. Okay. Anyone who wants to ask a question? Yes. Yes. Go ahead. So her question was, what are the developments she's made after she's come into this position? It's been how long has it been?
It's been almost 2.5 months.
2.5 months. Is it
started,
too early to ask this question?
No, it's okay. I've started slow, and as I've mentioned before, my primary goal will be the basic life quality of people. I think that's where we should start, and we have started projects such as, the modernization of hospitals or few renovations at the bus stands, private and KSRTC bus stands, and such operations like that. And there were now few doctors in the hospital, so we've been giving recommendations, and we got an oncologist. We've been doing few things, and we'll be presenting the budget soon, and you could hear more from me from after 2 years.
Great. Yes, I just heard it. Yes.
Hello. It's working. Yeah.
Yes.
So, as you said, you are recently joining this, and thanks to your father. So, do you anytime get this feeling of not being empowered? As much as had it been a normal scenario wherein you are coming, directly into the things. Currently, you come through your, family support and all that. So, do you anytime feel that you are not empowered as much as any other person had it been?
Thank you so much for your question. But to answer your question, no, not really. I see that opportunity as an opportunity, and my father's guidance as a blessing. I don't feel that power difference or that ego difference. I see, okay, I have an experience of someone that has been a counselor for 20 years. I think that is so great. And at the end of the day, I also feel like, okay, people at the end of the day, I had a majority of 90 plus votes. And I think it is also the trust that they put in me. And, when you interact with people, people have been seeing me as their child or their sister, and that's been very welcoming. And till so far, I haven't really thought about it. Thank you so much, Vegas.
Interesting questions. Any other questions from anyone? All right, you can think of a question. You have another question? Yes.
Nice to see you.
Sorry?
For Pala?
Oh, what is her plan for Pala? Okay, she stole my question. All right.
I'll answer it again. It's again the basic life quality of people, and it includes healthcare or education or safety and security. I think all other things come second. I want to build a huge park there, or not park. We have basic life qualities basically, and we've been lacking in infrastructure for that and few basic things, and that will be what I'll be focusing on. And we also have some dream projects there, something for the tourism department and to generate income. And I have to fix some basic issues. It's the first time our party has been coming into power. So that's a huge change for the opposition, and they've been sitting in the opposition for the first time. So and elections are coming, so there is a whole lot of things to worry about now. But we've been getting into track, and there are a few first comers at times. So it's been going well. I please ask for all of your prayers and wishes in my journey.
Sure. We'll come back for more questions. Tell me this, I heard somewhere about you saying that politics is not going to be my career. And, you would, this is a service for you, and your career will be something else, as how much you said that, you would want to pursue your higher studies. Is this a conscious decision that you do not want politics to be your career because that will help your service better? You know what I mean? Because at times, when that becomes your career, it becomes a mode of your income, you tend to forget the service that you do. So was that the reason why you decided this is not going to be your career?
I don't know how many of you know, but an honorarium, we don't even call it salary. The honorarium a councillor gets is like 8,000. The honorarium a municipal chairperson would get is 15,015. So as you know, I am a child, or so I'm living under my parents' house. I'm provided for. So for 15,000 for me is great. I can do whatever with it. But if someone has a family or people to be provided for, it is not enough money, and it's never enough. So you would have to think, okay, if they don't have another source of income, where are they getting the money for. But for me, politics, I've always been, I really wanted to take an MBA, and my term is for 2 years. So after 2 years, I'm planning to do an MBA, maybe distant or online, I don't know yet. But I'll be planning to get an MBA and maybe step into the corporate field. I don't know really, but education is something that has always been a priority for me, and that's a goal for me. That's a personal goal for me. But politics right now is my focus is on politics, and I want to step down as someone who has done something good for the people. And that is a conscious decision, and that is something I'll be standing by. I'm not gonna, and people, there will be that difficulty of going back to studies after posting it for a few years, and that's something, a concern of mine. But I think I'll be forced to, because the job market is really bad at the moment, and you all have jobs, we don't. We joke about, okay, after degree, we are just unemployed. So I have to study further and I have to get a job. Maybe that will help me better. I can learn more about people and get a better perspective, and that will help me in my politics.
Great. All right. I think we're almost getting there. We've just had 15, 20 minutes of a quick chat. Any other questions from the audience? Anyone who wants to, it doesn't even have to be a question, a comment, or any words that you want to say? Yes. Could you take that mic if you don't mind? Yeah.
Gen Z is known for the speed, okay, they are known for being fast, and politics right now, it can be little slow and rigid. So how do you match up this, or what do you do about this gap? Have you first noticed this?
Yes. Actually, before coming into politics, like before I was a policymaker, I was a consumer. And when you are a consumer, you will be looking at things and will wonder, okay, why can't they do this with that money? Like, okay, they don't have money to fix the roads, but they are doing something else. So you'll always be criticizing things. So why is it taking so much time? The project started so many months ago. Why is it still getting nowhere? But after coming into this as a policymaker, I know the technical difficulties or the law side of it. I know, okay, maybe this money can only be used for a certain projects, or we need the approval of maybe different departments, and that's a time-consuming project. And that is a realization I think I have gotten after being a policymaker, and I've been trying to educate, even if, I've been telling my friends, okay, this is not exactly how we see it as, it's a time-consuming project. And as you said, we would want quick results, and that's not going to happen, at least in politics. So I think the better thing to do is keep your vision and go slowly, and don't lose focus. I think, you have to move in the right direction, and just don't give up just because it's time-consuming. Thank you.
Thank you for your question. And when you talk about, it's International Women's Day tomorrow, so advanced International Women's Day wishes to you today. So, what is your take on Women's Day? What's your take on Women's Day? In the sense, there are people who say that Women's Day is required. There are people who say true women liberation happens when you don't need a particular day to celebrate women, and it should just be like any other day. So what's your I'm just curious to know what your take is.
I think it's just a happy day to celebrate women. I think it's a nice, I think, we will say, okay, women have this laws, that laws, we have enough laws to protect women. We have to think that these laws are not enough. Not enough in the sense, the laws might be enough, but are they coming into fruition? Like, if you face a problem, when will you get justice? Or is it easy to get access to the laws as people make it out to be, or as it is in paper? So there are so many issues that has to be addressed. There are so many, we say we are progressed, and we still see dowry death cases even in the past few months. Yeah. So that's very sad. And, there are, and we say, okay, let's take 50, 60 years ago. There are so many fights. We didn't have the right to vote, or we didn't have the right to own a bank account, or we didn't have the right to step out without the without someone else, without a guy being with us. A lot has changed, and we still have to move forward. There are so many traditions, or so many things that we have to give up, so many judgments, prejudices that we have to leave behind. And I think this day celebrates achievements of women and, brings us together. And we also have International Men's Day, so I think that's also great. I think that's also should be there. And I think, I love being a woman, and I know you do too.
Yeah.
So
just celebrate.
Just celebrate it.
Another reason to celebrate.
Yeah, another reason to be happy. I don't think, we should be...
Don't make it complicated.
Don't make it complicated. It's just, yeah. Some people don't like their birthday, so...
Yeah.
What is.
So as a woman, they say, there is a woman behind every man's success, right? So you come from a family of, successful politicians. And so who's the man behind your success? Or do you, attribute it to the great political stalwarts like Shri K. Mani or, people like that who've done so much in Pala? So who would be that man where you've taken inspiration from for your success?
I'll give you a very, very biased answer and go on and say Advocate Mr. Binu Pulikkakandam, who is my dad.
Your dad.
I think, for me, the man behind my success will be him, and the woman behind my success will be my mom. One time they asked me in the interview, like, okay, you always keep talking about your dad, what about my mom? I think she's the real, the glue of my family. My dad's a politician, so ever since when I was a kid, the full home was taken care of by her. All the PTA meetings or all the functions, it was always attended by her. And I think that's great. I think I don't give enough credit for her. And even now, she manages all my diary and my schedules, and she's like, okay, I'm done being an unpaid leaver. I want a share of your honorarium. So it's nice to have a woman to support me, even when I'm sad. I think, as said earlier, a woman understands a woman better, I think.
Yes, absolutely. And they all agree. All of us agree. And just one more thing. Have you learned the art of managing social media yet? In the sense, I'm sure, like you said, there'll be a lot of necessary and unnecessary comments coming your way, especially you being a young girl from the Gen Z, and there could be reasons for people to, they can find a reason, right? So was it like earlier you used to go through the comments and now you're like, I'm done with this? Was there a change that you made? And have you perfected that art of ignoring the social media population?
I used to have social media accounts. The first thing I did before giving my nomination was just delete everything. I was like, for 2 years, I don't want this negativity in my life. I have WhatsApp. You can always contact me in my WhatsApp, but I don't have any public accounts. I still see some reels and comments. Sometimes when I'm feeling like it, I'm like, oh, what are people saying about me? And then I'm like, no, I didn't want to say this, but I have not perfected it yet. But sometimes some, like I said earlier, she didn't smile, or she smiled too much, too little. And I'm like, okay, this is baseless. So when I see such comments, it makes me feel better about myself. Or when I see someone saying something baseless and I see people in the comments supporting me, I feel really nice. But so far I've been trying to, as you said, finding a way to navigate through it better.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm only 22, and I'm someone who will be affected when you say bad things about me.
Yeah.
But then again, I came into politics knowing how it is going to be and how much of a limelight I'll be put into.
Yeah.
So it's okay. I'm managing well.
Okay. And do you have any hidden talents apart from... So all of us know you as this young, inspiring leader. And is there anything else is there something that you would want to reveal to us that we do not know yet? Are you a singer? or are you an artist by any chance?
I do sing. You can find the videos online, but after seeing those, you'll be like, please don't sing ever again.
No, I'm sure they all want to hear you sing now, right?
Oh,
yes.
No.
Yes. Do you want to sing for us?
No.
No. Okay. All right.
I am confident in whatever I do. I guess I can sing, I can dance, I'll take up any challenge, but whether you ask me if it's good, I don't think so. But I like to do so because it makes me happy, and that's something I keep my priority in, staying happy while doing my daily things.
So there's this lot spoken about the Gen Z language, the delulus and the skibidis, Right? Right? Haven't you? I hear my son say all this. The Gen Zs, I mean, the skibbities. So how would you describe your journey so far? Is it a skibbity or is it a Delulu? Or is it like, is it Riz? What is it?
Delulu is the real Solulu.
Delulu is Solulu. How would you describe your journey so far?
I'm very familiar with all of this because I've been using them. I still use them on a daily basis. But not to my fellow councillors or politicians. I give a very dignified manner. But when I'm talking to my friends, I use this brain rot Gen Z language, as you call it. But I think that's the fun part of it. And sometimes my mother will come and ask me to explain some reels, and I'm like, I don't know if you should. And sometimes it's just pure brain rot, like you won't understand. Sometimes the thing is, I am Gen Z. When it comes to my sister who is 5.5 years younger than me, she's, I think, Gen Alpha, I guess?
Yeah, she's Gen Alpha mostly.
Yeah, she's a whole different generation. And they will be using some slang which I have never heard of. And I'll go ask my friends if that is something I should be knowing. They're like, no, that is another generation. So I think I feel that generation gap with my sister, so I can understand what my parents or a different generation will feel altogether. It is crazy, and there is that social media influence a lot, and you don't want to be left behind. You know, if your friends are using something cool, you don't want to be like, oh, I don't know what you're talking.
So you want to be there.
Yeah.
You don't want that FOMO, the fear of missing out. Throwing some Gen Z jargons back. All right. So just be careful that you don't probably use these words in one of your speeches and give them another reason to talk about. Yeah. All right. So I think that's all that I had. Do you guys have any questions? Anything that you want to ask? A joke that you want to crack? Anything? I just want to get you guys into this discussion. Anything from anyone? No? Yes. How do you draw? How do you draw a boundary when you're with your friends? That question is from Ms. Indrani.
I think it's a personal question rather than anything particular. Okay. So I think it's important to have boundaries. I think all of our boundaries will be different. I'm someone who, someone is asking me to do something and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I think if they respect that, I think that's a sign of good friendship, and that's a sign of how to be better with your friends. And I don't think we can achieve that overnight. If even Riya is a comparatively new friend of mine and I'm learning new things about her, and one day you might realize that you are extremely different in when it comes to a solution. There are so many cases where I argue about it to them because their answer might be different from what I was expecting. But it is important to know where you stand and if your differences are worthy enough to be not friends or not. There are some differences that you can coexist with.
Okay, no, this is not Diya the leader.
Work from home.
Work from home. So we have a Gen Z leader who prefers to, run her administration from home. All right, talk more or listen more?
Listen more.
Lead the group or support the team?
Lead the group.
Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Diya Binu Pulikkakandam for all of us. Absolutely inspiring to see you here, Diya. And apart from that, absolutely inspiring to see how quickly she's coping up with the demands of being a leader, of stepping into, from an ordinary Gen Z person into that, political, lot of expectations from the society. How you've transformed yourself is what truly inspires me.
Thank you so much.
I wish you all the very best on behalf of everyone here. Thank you so much for accepting our invite and being here. And to hand over a memento to her, I'd like to invite the man behind this entire event, Mr. Sudhir Nambyar from India Seatrade, to kindly come forward and present a memento to Diya Binu Pulikkakandam. Ladies and gentlemen, loud round of applause for this young, inspiring leader, Diya Binu Pulikkakandam, and I'm back where I belong.